The past is forgotten, but Artemis said, "Thank you both for accepting. We will come. I hope you will achieve the life you want." Hamid said, "Please," although Sepide's action was not so unexpected. It hurt Cheyenne more. "I am also sad, but she made her choice." We got up and after saying goodbye, we left the house. Artemis said in the car, "What do you want to tell her?" "Nothing." We left for her sake of it, but Cheyenne was not ready to forgive her in the current situation. "She has to wait, time will tell everything." "Yes. I don't always like getting involved in such matters. Because like a lawyer, we have to defend and acquit someone. Sepide and Hamid are both right and wrong. What do you say sometimes? Should Cheyenne come and spend time with Nieyesh, Sion, and Sandra and play the throne? Neither Tron is an ordinary game nor Sion and Nieyesh and Sandra." I said, "This seemed like a good way to me." "What did you see, God? Maybe it worked." Artemis raised an eyebrow and came to my house with me that night. The past is forgotten, but Saye looked at the original, translated, and typed pages, and after putting them in her bag, she got ready to go out. Seeing the paper on the small bulletin board that she and Barbad had installed on the wall, she went forward. "I may not come tonight, or I will come very late. I am with my friends. Barbad." Saye also wrote on another paper, "I am going to Engelab Street to deliver the translations." Saye. She left the house and got into her Toyota and set off. After waiting in traffic for a relatively long time, she finally found a parking space on one of the streets. After activating the GPS and locking the car, she set off towards Tehran University and Engelab Square. Nearly 13 years had passed since those events. He arrived in front of Tehran University, and upon seeing the fences, the door, and the people, a wave suddenly swept over him and the scene changed. Everyone was getting ready to go out into the street, excited, reading newspapers and hearing the news. One of the students, who had been in the university dormitory before, said, "Be careful. Infiltrators and plainclothes, police, besiegers, and the guards are everywhere. Delete the messages on your phone immediately after reading them. You will see slogans. Be careful around you. You won't get caught." Saye said, "We also have placards." "Yes. But if we chant slogans, it's better. That way, we'll have fewer placards. When the crowd comes, we'll go and mix with them." Reza said, "Don't mix with yourself, Saye. If you get identified, you'll be expelled from the university, imprisoned, and banished from life. They're cheating and want the one they like to be elected. Stay quiet. They will hire whoever they want for the future. It won't end well. They will collect it." Saye said, "Do what you know is right. Don't recite so many verses of Yas in my ear." Reza nodded and he also looked at the street. He and his friends, behind the bars of the university, watched the people, the crowd, and the counter-riot forces, whose numbers were increasing every moment. The crowd was silent, wearing green clothes and bracelets, and with their hands raised in victory. They continued in silence in front of the university, and then towards Engelab Square. Saye and his fellow students entered the crowd at the first opportunity. As the crowd grew to a point where it was impossible to confront them, a number of security forces returned to their cars and gave way to police helicopters. After a while, the chanting began. "Musavi Musavi, we support you. Fraud 1%. 2% not 53%. If there was no fraud, the nation would not be here. Resignation, resignation. You are that thorn and scum. You are lower than the soil. I am the passion. I am the light. I am the suffering lover. You are the blind force. You are the lightless halo. I am the fearless courage. I am the owner of this soil. Cancellation of the elections. The end of the protests. Don't be afraid. Don't tremble. We are all together. I will kill. I will kill the one who killed my brother. Suddenly, the sound of shooting, clashes, and shouting was heard. Cars were being set on fire, batons were being used to beat everyone they could. Tear gas was thrown and shooting from the roof of a mosque and a Basij base forced Saye and his friends and companions to flee the scene and clashes. Sometimes along the way, they were accompanied by the wounded, and even killed, and people who were handcuffed and dragged into police and military vehicles. They would meet. After a few meetings, suddenly the officers burst into their house at night and grabbed him and took him away in handcuffs. The interrogators who kept putting photos in front of them. They would scream. Solitary confinement, insomnia, putting pens and paper to write confessions and exposing the contacts. Many had been exposed by the closest people to stay out of any trouble. When Saye realized that Reza had betrayed her, she broke down inside. The interrogator would also say with a grin, "Look, girl. This boy sold you to escape and he succeeded. How strange it is that love can sell people. Pana Joe." This the end of the line. Confess and get yourself out. But Say fixed her gaze on the interrogator and remained silent. After a few sessions and silence, Say nodded and said, "Okay, it doesn't matter. Everything is against you. You will drink cold water for 5 years." When Say was silent again, he grinned greedily and told his officer to go to the detention center and after the sentence was announced, to prison. Suddenly, she came to her senses with a jolt. Several people were looking at her with concern. A woman said, "Ma'am, are you okay? Why are you so dry? Are you sick?" Say said, "I'm fine now. Thank you." Then she went to the bookstore to hand over the translations.